Hello everyone! Welcome to Messy Hearts, where we help people who seek advice for their troubled relationships and lives. Listen carefully and share your experience down in the comments below to help those who seek it. We hope you enjoy. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let's head on to the first story. Story 1. I was too much of a coward to divorce my wife. I'm 34M and have been married for almost 4 years. Our relationship has been rocky almost throughout. My wife has anger issues that is exacerbated when she's drunk, and she's drunk often. She has been physically abusive and mentally/psychologically abusive to me for years. I knew back then this was a problem, and she refused to change. Every time I try to express my feelings or explain how her actions hurt me, they're disregarded simply because her intentions weren't to hurt me. She has on multiple occasions told me she doesn't care about my feelings. She says things like, "What do you want from me? Divorce me then." I should have done just that, but I was hopeful I could change things within myself just to survive so our daughter can continue to grow up with a family. Instead, what I'm really doing is being a coward who didn't want to stand up their self. Throughout our marriage, I have been 100% faithful and loyal. Our last 2 fights of many had to do with her basically lying to my face about money, hiding it, and being sneaky about it. We don't any have financial issues, nor do I ever micromanage her spending. This was the second time I've caught her doing stuff like that. That hurt me a lot because we are supposed to be 50-50 and there was no reason to be shady like that. Again, when I address this to her, she hits me with the, "What do you want from me? Divorce me, I've already apologized." The next fight was when she took a trip to visit family for 2 days. The whole family went on this trip except me because I couldn't get the time off work. Over those 2 days, she did not call or text me once. I texted her good morning on her first day there, and it was ignored all day. I texted her telling her how I was feeling ignored. She replied apologizing, but then continued to not call or text me at all until she was on flight back home. That absolutely broke me and made it obvious I'm not valued in her eyes. When it came to my wants and needs, she never made me feel they were a priority like I would do for her. It was obvious it was an inconvenience for her, and I've endured this for years simply for the sake of keeping the integrity of my family. I absolutely love being a dad and a family man. I go out by myself because I'm in my feelings about everything, telling myself I want to be done with her. I end up at a bar where I met some girl. We start chatting and flirting, and she makes me feel amazing. She giving me everything I've been wanting from wife. Basically making me feel like I matter. So here's where I do something stupid and I hook up with this girl. My wife must have spider senses because she felt something was off the next morning, probably my shame and guilt, and I told her about it all. I don't want to make excuses for what I did. I was wrong, that's not the kind of person I am. I'm so sad and ashamed of myself because I lost the respect from the people I love the most. Instead of doing the right thing and just divorcing out myself in this compromising situation. Now please call me out if this is bullshit, but I'm just expressing my thoughts. I would have never done anything like this if my wife treated me better. Not saying she the blame, but in a way she was also complicit in what happened because she ignored my wants and needs throughout our relationship. Even after typing, I feel like I'm making excuses, but I know it's the truth. I was a loyal and faithful husband throughout the relationship until now. As terrible of a wife she was to me, she didn't deserve that and regret doing that her every day. I have mixed feelings, me being a terrible human being and others of me being a good man who just made a terrible decision. I am currently divorcing her. I want you guys to set me straight. What advice would you give about this story? Let us know in the comments, and let's move on to the next story. Story 2. Should I confront my boyfriend? Accused of cheating and he lied to me. I've been dating my boyfriend for almost 3 years now. To keep it brief, recently and worsening over time, he has started to accuse me of cheating on him or being unfaithful in ways such as talking to other guys secretly or flirting behind his back. I would never do this as I know firsthand how bad it hurts, as in most of my relationships I have been the one to be cheated on. Sometimes he accuses me of staring at other guys in public when in reality I'm looking at something else. But he has gotten mad to the point of leaving a restaurant during a date and claiming it was my fault because I couldn't keep my eyes off every other guy. The nights like that end in me getting the silent treatment, and usually he wouldn't even sleep in bed with me. We got into a fight recently and he said the only way he can trust me is if I give him full access to my work messaging app and schedule, because he is always saying I'm hiding messages with guys I work with. Or he accuses me of being sneaky with my schedule. I had no problem giving him this access because I have nothing to hide, but I told him it makes me uncomfortable that he will never really trust me, and I wish things don't need to be this way. The accusations coming from him have grown more and more absurd as time has gone on, such as him accusing me of being unprofessional at work and having inappropriate relationships with my clients. I own my own business and feel especially disrespected when he accuses me of this because I would not do this, and it's like an insult to my business too, in my opinion. He has accused me of wanting to be with almost all, if not every single male client that I have worked with. He accused me of lying to him and talking to them outside of work behind his back, which also does not happen. He accuses me of flirting and stuff, but he also takes it to the level of saying he feels disgusted by me and can't even sleep in bed with me because he thinks I've had sex with someone else that day or things like that. If you are wondering, yes, all of this has taken a serious toll on my mental health and I feel like I am going insane. I truly have never been unfaithful to my boyfriend and love him very much. But the way things are going, I don't know how much more can take, as it gets to a level of anger and aggression I don't know how to handle. Recently, I have started to take an objective view on our relationship and try to figure out this weird puzzle. When I talk to anyone else about this situation, people always ask me, am I sure he isn't the one cheating on me, and tell me how common it is for cheaters to project onto their partner. I never really gave it a second thought until recently in an argument he brought up my social media. During the time we have been together, he tells me he hates social media and has no profiles on anything. He isn't into it and never could be. Oftentimes telling people it is not his thing, so when he brought up my social media, I asked if he had made an account on there and he said no. Then got upset at me, saying I was accusing him of stalking me, but I never did that. Later I kept thinking about it and I didn't feel like he could see it without an account, so I searched his name and literally found an account he made. Now I know he lied to me. I'm scared to know what else there is to know. Anytime he has been suspicious of me, I try to do anything I can to make him feel better. There has been times he asked to see something in my phone or just simply go through it, and I've always let him do that. Even though I have nothing to hide and let me look on my phone, he still finds reasons to keep being angry. I so badly want to know why he'd lie to me about having a social media account, and I wonder if it's because he is the one hiding messages and doing all the things he claims that I do. It's just where my mind goes, sadly, because I've been cheated on several times. In almost every relationship I've been in. He is currently out of town on a trip with his friends for the next day and a half, so I haven't brought it up to him that I know he lied to me. I think it's something I need to confront in person. But I honestly don't even know what to say or if I should say anything. But why would he lie about it? Am I too much for wanting to know, and would I sound crazy if I asked to see his account when he gets back? I don't want to do that because I get uncomfortable anytime he asks me to see my phone. Even though I am loyal and trustworthy, I feel it's unnecessary and just not what I prefer in a relationship. It's just so weird because he always says how much he hates social media and doesn't use it, and he straight up looked me in the eye and said, no, I don't have an account. It doesn't make sense to hide it if there's nothing to hide, right? How would you approach this situation? Please give any and all advice. I need help. Do you have any advice on this one? Comment down below and let's move on into the third story. Story 3. I snooped through my boyfriend's phone, got exactly what I deserve. My 34F boyfriend, 36M, have been together for 9 months. Prior to us getting together, he was married for a few years, but he found out she had been having an affair with someone out of state. We started dating through the separation and after the divorce had been finalized. Both of us had some trauma we were dealing with, but I thought we could work through it together. More recently, I'd become concerned that our relationship had become stagnant. I had fallen in love with him months ago, but was too scared to say it. But there was no signs of moving forward in the relationship or growing outside of our normal routine. We'd met each other's friends and families, and he had been with me through some pretty tough personal situations. To everyone looking in, we seemed completely in love, but at the rate we were going, I was afraid I'd never hear it. I couldn't understand what was stopping us from moving forward. This past weekend, we were staying at a friend's lake house for a wedding. At one point, he went jet skiing with a friend, and I stayed behind to start getting ready for said wedding. His phone had been blowing up, and unfortunately my trauma got the best of me, and I snooped. I found exactly what I deserved to find. He was texting his ex-wife. This wasn't just casual conversation. He was sending her things like, "I'm thinking about you," and every time she told him she missed him, he replied with, "I miss you too." I am heartbroken. These were things he said to me. When I confronted him, he apologized. After, of course, trying to deny everything, I decided to make the hour drive back home and skip the wedding. I was upset and I didn't want to ruin the mood. Today, when I asked him why, he didn't really give me an answer other than he knew what he said to her was wrong. He did, however, tell me that I crossed a line by going through his phone and he wants to take a break from us for a while. I don't know what to feel. I'm sad that this might be the end, but I'm mad that this has all somehow been turned into all my fault. Don't get me wrong, I shouldn't have gone through his phone. I definitely made a mistake. But now, instead of being in the dark about those two making me look like a fool, I know about it. What should I do? Is this end, or is there a way to salvage this? Please help me. It's been a long time since I've been happy, and I feel like I ruined it again. Thank you for watching. All advice is welcomed and will help these people to resolve the things that trouble them. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you think. And never forget that your smile is your best feature. Wear it proudly.